In the heart of Fairview, an upscale suburban neighborhood, two boys found an unlikely friendship. Michael, the son of a wealthy white businessman, and Adam, a black boy from the modest homes on the edge of town, met one summer afternoon when a stray soccer ball brought them together. Michael, with his golden hair and tailored clothes, was everything Adam wasn't. But Adam had something Michael envied: freedom. Adam roamed the streets of their shared neighborhood with a carefree spirit, his laughter echoing like music. Michael, on the other hand, felt trapped in the gilded cage of his family's sprawling estate, bound by his father's rigid expectations. The boys quickly became inseparable, their differences dissolving in the face of shared adventures. They built forts in the woods, raced bikes down dirt paths, and spent hours dreaming of a world where none of the divisions between them mattered. But Michael's father, Mr. Hargrove, saw their bond as a threat. A powerful man with deep pockets and shallow principles, he believed in keeping boundaries between people like Adam and his own. When he first saw the boys together, his face turned crimson with anger. "Michael," he said one evening at the dinner table, "you are a Hargrove. You don't mix with people like that boy." Michael protested, his young heart brimming with defiance. "Adam's my friend. He's the best friend I've ever had." But Mr. Hargrove was not a man to be challenged. He tightened his grip on Michael's life, enforcing curfews, filling his schedule with private tutors and extracurriculars designed to keep him busy and away from Adam. Adam noticed the change. The boy who once eagerly waited at the edge of the field every morning stopped showing up. Their once lively friendship began to wither, strangled by the invisible hands of prejudice. One day, determined to fight for their bond, Adam snuck onto the Hargrove estate. He climbed the stone wall and tapped on Michael's window, just like they used to do when sneaking out for adventures. Michael opened the window, his face lighting up at the sight of his friend. "I thought you forgot about me," Adam said, trying to hide the hurt in his voice. "I could never," Michael replied. "It's my dad. He doesn't want us to be friends." Adam's fists clenched. "Why? Because I'm black?" Michael hesitated, shame washing over him. "He thinks people like you aren't good enough." Adam's heart sank, but he refused to let the weight of Mr. Hargrove's hatred crush him. The next morning, Adam's mother received an eviction notice. The landlord, a close associate of Mr. Hargrove, claimed the house would be demolished for a new development. Adam's family was given 2 weeks to leave. When Michael found out, he confronted his father. "You can't do this. It's not fair." "Life isn't fair, Michael," Mr. Hargrove said coldly. "I'm doing what's best for you. That boy will drag you down." The Hargrove estate watched as Adam's family drove away, leaving behind only memories. Adam's family settled in a bustling city miles away from Fairview, starting over with nothing but their resilience and hope. The eviction stung, but it lit a fire within Adam. He vowed to prove that his worth wasn't defined by the prejudices of people like Mr. Hargrove. In their new home, Adam excelled in school. Though the new neighborhood was rough, his mother's unwavering support and his determination kept him on track. He poured himself into his studies, finding solace in books and dreams of a brighter future. One day, while walking home from school, Adam saw a small clinic treating patients at no cost. The sight of doctors working tirelessly to help people, regardless of their background, inspired him. From that moment, he decided he would become a doctor, not just any doctor, but one who would bring hope to communities like his own. The path was anything but easy. Adam worked late nights at diners and took odd jobs to save for college. Scholarships and grants eased some of the burden, but the journey was grueling. Despite the challenges, Adam's drive never wavered. He graduated at the top of his class and earned a spot at a prestigious medical school. Years later, Adam became a skilled surgeon and a compassionate doctor. But he wasn't content with personal success. He wanted to give back to the people who needed him most. With savings, grants, and donations from like-minded individuals, Adam opened a state-of-the-art hospital in a disadvantaged part of the city. The Phoenix Medical Center stood as a beacon of hope, offering top-tier medical care to all, regardless of their ability to pay. Adam employed doctors and staff from diverse backgrounds, creating a space that celebrated unity and compassion. It was a quiet evening at Phoenix Medical Center, and Adam was finishing his rounds. The air carried a strange tension as a nurse approached him. "Dr. Adams, we've got a critical patient in room 12, she said, her voice hesitant. He doesn't have insurance or funds for treatment, but I think you'll want to see this." Curious, Adam followed her to the room. Inside, lying pale and frail on the hospital bed, was a man Adam instantly recognized. It was Mr. Hargrove. The once imposing tycoon now looked small and broken, his face gaunt and his frame weakened by illness. Adam froze for a moment, memories rushing back, memories of the man who had torn apart his childhood, evicted his family, and tried to destroy his friendship with Michael. Mr. Hargrove's eyes fluttered open, meeting Adam's gaze. For a moment, there was silence. Recognition dawned on the older man's face, but he said nothing, his pride seemingly crumbling under his condition. "What's his diagnosis?" Adam asked the nurse, his voice steady. "Advanced heart disease," she replied. "He needs surgery, but his family has run out of money for treatment elsewhere. They've been turned away from other hospitals." Adam clenched his fists, torn between his professional duty and the lingering pain of the past. He turned to see Michael standing in the hallway, his face filled with worry. "Adam," Michael said, stepping inside. "I know this is a lot to ask, but please, help him. He's my father." Adam took a deep breath, his mind racing. He looked at Michael, the boy who had been his friend against all odds, and then at Mr. Hargrove, the man who had tried to break them. Adam made his decision. "Prep the OR," he told the nurse. "We'll perform the surgery." Michael's eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Adam. I owe you everything." Adam didn't respond immediately. Instead, he approached Mr. Hargrove, who managed to croak out a few words. "You don't have to do this," the older man said, his voice weak but still tinged with pride. "No, I don't," Adam replied, his voice calm but firm. "But this isn't about you. It's about me. I became a doctor to save lives, no matter who the person is. Even if it's someone who tried to ruin mine." Mr. Hargrove's eyes glistened, but he didn't respond. Adam could see the man's pride wrestling with the weight of his circumstances. The surgery was long and complex, but Adam and his team successfully repaired Mr. Hargrove's heart. For the first time, Mr. Hargrove's hardened demeanor cracked. I was wrong. About you, about everything. I let my own fears and prejudice blind me." Adam nodded, accepting the apology but not dwelling on it. The past is the past. What matters now is what you do with the time you've been given. Weeks later, as Mr. Hargrove left the hospital, supported by Michael, he paused to look at the building. The name Phoenix Medical Center stood proudly on the front, a testament to Adam's resilience and kindness.